So this brings us to number 3. See how these start to build? Initiate the conversation, right? When they say, hey, we'll get back to you, or we'll think about it, guess what? They ain't thinking about you, right? It's our job to initiate a conversation. That means pick up the phone. That means use the phone, not email. I'm going to put like 17 X's on this. Email is not where you share new information. I'm going to repeat that. Never share new information in an email. Email is only a link from meeting to meeting, or interaction to interaction. Email is either a summary, this is what we talked about and these are the next steps we agreed to, or it's to request a meeting or a call. We don't send proposals to people in email. We don't send the one-pagers. We don't send the deck to people hoping that they're going to read it, right? Our job is to initiate the conversation. If they say, hey, yeah, those integrations sound really cool, can you just send me all the information in an email? Say, hey, I'd love to send it to you in email. There's a couple things that are in there that are a little bit technical. So I think it'd be a good idea if we just spend 5 minutes on the phone. I'll show you the documentation just to make sure you're really clear in case you have any questions. And then as soon as we wrap up the call, then I'll send the file over to you. See the difference? Get on the call, initiate the conversation. And so in the workbook, I've included a really simple template. You can adopt this, adapt it any way that you want. But the whole idea here is using email as a catalyst to create that conversation, right? And this could be the same thing. You could do the same thing with a voicemail. You could do the same thing with a text message. If you've been working with a key champion or a key point of contact for a couple of weeks or months, chances are you probably have their mobile number, right? Or it's on their signature. Send them a text. Hey, quick thought. I wanted to share a couple quick ideas with you. When we last spoke, you had a few questions about blah, blah, blah topic. I've been working with our team and I've got a couple of updates to share with you about people, product, project, process. Quick call might be best in trying to share this on an email. Would you have a few minutes for a quick call this week? Boom, that's it. Right? Using email as a catalyst to the conversation. So just think about how can you generate conversation. So that's principle number 3. So number 1, qualification. Number 2, information. So now we know that the deal is qualified. We know that they have information gaps. The third thing we want to do for pipeline pull through is initiate. We want to initiate the conversation. Get on a call, get on a Zoom, meet them at whatever event. Okay. What if they insist on not having a call? Then you have a decision to make. Like, is this really the decision maker? Are they really qualified? Or is there somebody else on the buyer side that you could create the conversation with? This is again where if you have multiple buyers, if you're stuck with one point of contact and they don't want to have a call with you, then you're stuck, right? On the other hand, what you can do is say, look, okay, totally get it. And then go see if the other buyers are interested in having a conversation. If you're sensing that the person that you want to have a conversation with is not the kind of person that would be receptive to setting up a call, then pick up the phone before you send the email. Just call them directly. Hey, Sally, Roger here. Listen, had a couple of quick thoughts. Here's your script, right? Wanted to share a couple quick ideas with you. When we last spoke, you had a few questions about this, and this. I've been working with the team. I've got some updates. Sorry I didn't catch you in the office right now. I'll send you a quick email to find out when you might have a few minutes. And if I don't hear back, I'll call you back next week. Right? Melissa's saying, oh yeah, the phone works wonders. So, we don't always have to send an email before we call somebody, right? Now they might not take the call. They might screen the call. You might get voicemail, but you'd be surprised. There are times where I get a phone call from people that are selling me stuff. And I'm like, I'm really glad that person called me because I need them. I need to talk to them. So if they're that engaged, if they're that interested, they really want to solve this problem, then chances are they would, and they trust you, chances are they might be wide open to doing a quick 5 or 10 minute phone call. Rebecca is asking, what about the value of having visual assets or demos in the email? Again, I think if it's a recap, and we're going to talk about a couple of an example where you can use this in just a few minutes, Rebecca, around stalled deals. Remember you asked about this yesterday on the coaching call. I would say 2 things on visual assets and demos in the email. Number 1, if it's a recap, say, hey, you remember last week we had a demo and I just wanted to do a screenshot of a couple of the key things. or here's a 3-slide deck on the key screens that are relevant to you. It's a recap, then that's fine. The other way to use it is as a teaser. Say, hey, we had some updates with the product. I wanted to show you something really quickly. If we dive on a call, I can actually show how this would work for you, right? And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute, in just a couple of minutes. So yeah, it's all about information. Don't share the new information in email, and use email as a catalyst to the call. Daniel's saying, hey, if it's really new information like a product enhancements, you could say, I can share this in a meeting, but if you don't have the time, I'll send you the press release or blog post when it comes out. Yeah, but again, I would think about how do I make it relevant to them, right? So the press release, the blog post, it's sort of like big picture. What they care about is, okay, that's product stuff. How does that product stuff relate to me, right? And so we want to make sure that we're relating that feature, that release, that integration to them, right? Nick's saying, how many call attempts before leaving a voicemail or an email or LinkedIn? I think whatever you feel comfortable with. I mean, if you're hammering somebody every single day and you're calling them and not leaving a voicemail, that seems pretty annoying. I think you could call them. If they don't pick up, wait a day, call, leave a voicemail, follow up immediately with the email, and then give it a couple days. Then check in again. And then maybe that's for LinkedIn. We'll talk about LinkedIn in a few minutes, where LinkedIn could be a third channel, because you might get some conversation going on LinkedIn.